We're here at Early College High School. Today's May 9th, and we are 3 weeks away from graduation. We're with our top 10 students at Early College High School, and we're so very proud of their accomplishments. And you will as well be as proud of them as I am when you get to know a little bit more about them. And for those that are aspiring to be a top 10 student, take some notes. So let's go ahead and get started in this conversation with the top 10 students at Early College High School. We'll begin by just saying what your name is and let us know what elementary and middle school you attended while you have gone through the public school system or private school system.
Well, I'm Bobby Palmos. I'm a senior here at Early College High School, and I started off with elementary school at St. Paul Lutheran School, and for middle school I was homeschooled before I came here.
And now you're at Early College High School the last 4 years, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I've been here all 4 years.
And the top ranked student, the valedictorian, so congratulations, Bobby.
My name is Colleen Miller. I attended St. Peter and Paul Elementary School, and then I moved to Mira Mesa Elementary, and then I moved to Calvary for middle school.
My name is Emily Maupin. I originally attended St. Paul's from pre-K to 3rd grade. Then I went to Long Elementary for 4th and 5th grade. And for middle school, I went to Coakley Middle School, and I did my last 4 years of high school here at ECHS.
My name's Elexis Chapa, and I went to elementary school at Long Elementary, and I attended Memorial Middle School, and I've spent the last 4 years here at Early College.
My name's Evelyn Braxton. I attended Cactus Ranch Elementary in Round Rock, Texas, Treasure Hills Elementary, and Calvary Christian School for middle school, and I've been here all 4 years of high school.
Hi, my name is Alex Miller, and I started off elementary school at Ben Milam. Then I went to Travis Elementary and then Vernon Middle School.
My name is Jonathan Garcia. The elementary and middle school I went to was St. Anthony Catholic School. For my freshman year, I went to Harlingen High School South, and I spent my last 3 years at ECHS.
Well, welcome, and it's such a pleasure to get to visit with you and meet you today. And what we'd like to do is, first question I'd ask is, did you ever think graduation would ever occur? So just talk about that. Any thoughts about graduation and the culmination of 12, sometimes 13 years of education? Any thoughts?
Well, I knew it would come because my mom kept telling me, it's going to get here before you know it. I think we all heard that. But I think until it actually started to get really close, it all felt kind of surreal, like, we're not going to graduate. Nah.
Was it a fast senior year?
Very fast.
Very fast. You blink and it's gone, correct? Yes.
And there's so much that you have to do your senior year. Everyone tells you your senior year is like the year it all slows down, the year you can just kind of wait for graduation. But that is not what it is because a lot happens.
We know that successful students in the classroom are very actively engaged, sometimes in the classrooms and sometimes in the community, but oftentimes in many various different things that allow for them to focus and do well in the classroom and beyond. So any activities that you'd like to discuss or share with us that you were involved with, and what were some of those highlights?
Well, I participate in Taekwondo, and I know that Taekwondo is a little strange, but it's taught me responsibility and determination. I actually have a test today in Taekwondo to rank up, so I'm excited for that.
Taekwondo, outstanding. So they have belts there, right? Correct?
Yes, sir, they
so
have
what,
belts.
You are a black belt?
I'm on my way to be a black belt. I'm a white belt still, but
Yes.
I'm working my way up.
There you go. Well, good luck in today's test.
Thank you.
You bet. Any other activities that you'd like to share?
Well, I'm very involved with my church here in Harlingen, First Christian Church, and that has helped me tremendously. My faith in Jesus Christ is what shaped me to be who I am today. It's pretty much in church I've learned almost all my life lessons. I put Jesus first in my life. That's taught me how to love others, show compassion. It's taught me responsibility and giving my best in all that I do. So.
So your activities in the church are well pronounced and you've enjoyed that, so excellent, excellent. Any other activities you'd like to share with us?
I participated in Harlingen Family Entertainment. We do several plays throughout the year. I did the Oliver play with them, and we also performed Cheaper by the Dozen. And that just taught me the power of practice. Like, when you practice, like, how much more improvement you can see, and that you can take that wherever you go, because practice really does help make perfect.
Right. Outstanding, outstanding. How about at the campus, Early College High School? Any activities that you've been involved with or in that you'd like to share with us?
For the past couple of weeks, and we've done this before, we go to some of the elementaries here in Harlingen. We're going to Lamines, Bonham, and Treasure Hills right now, and we're just going in there and loving on the kids and spending some time with them.
Okay, let's talk about the billboard. The billboard that is displayed not far off or far away from here. We displayed those billboards just last week, and so I want to know what your initial reaction when you saw yourself on that billboard. What was your initial reaction, and what's been some of the aftermath of that reaction?
I know when I first saw it, I got really excited because I thought I came out really well really nice in the picture, and I was like, oh, representing Early College High School, so I got really excited. And it's convenient that it's next to Dairy Queen, so we could eat our ice cream and look at the billboard.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Good story. Thanks for sharing.
I actually, I wasn't the first one in my family to see it. I thought I would be, and I'd been driving the loop home just so I could make sure I knew when it was up. And the one day I didn't, my mom came like running into the house, and she was like, "My baby's on a billboard!" And then so we all proceeded to get in the car, and we called the grandparents and everything, and we all ended up at Dairy Queen, and we all just kind of looked at it for a minute, and it's just kind of surreal because I remember seeing the Legacy class. I remember seeing their billboard, and I was like, that is really, really cool.
And you mentioned the Legacy class, and I think I stated earlier, just to make sure and we're clear, that this is the third graduating class at Early College High School, so we're very proud of our third graduating class. Any other reactions to the billboard?
I was just glad that it came out nice, because, I mean, it's your face in front of all of Harlingen.
Yeah,
so the photographers did an excellent job with it.
And you don't realize how many people see the billboard until people are coming up to you, like at the elementary schools and stuff, going, "I saw your face," and you're like, "Oh, thanks."
All right. And just to be clear, the billboards have gone, we've placed the billboards in the Harlingen School District for the last 7 years, and they've become a point of pride for students, not only for while they're in high school, but prior to. And in several instances, there are students who have believed that to be a strong indicator for their success, as they wanted and aspired to be on that billboard. So if you're watching, I want you to aspire to be on that billboard, because one day it can happen. They're living proof. So how did you do it? I mean, how can you share with us that you became a scholar, that you became successful in and out of the classroom? So my question is just simple. How did you do it, and how did you get to where you are today? Anybody like to share their thoughts with it?
I think just pure dedication and the support that I have at my home from my mother and my two sisters. I could not have done it without them. I think that even though there are ups and downs in the road, you have to keep going, because the bigger picture is a lot better than like what's happening right now, you know.
And I think that it's good to understand that this does not come easy. I mean, you really have to work to keep your grades up. I mean, especially at Early College High School, the courses that we were taking over at TSCC, they're not always easy. I mean, your physics classes, your math classes, they're hard. Right. So, I mean, you need to understand that you don't have to just be naturally smart. I mean, you really do have to study and work at it.
Right. Good advice.
Well, like I've mentioned before, my faith in Christ gives me support. My family has definitely encouraged me, and especially my father. He has pushed me to give my best in all that I do. I believe that God has blessed me with an intelligent mind, and I've done my best to utilize that gift to learn. My goal was to learn as much as I could in every class. And when you focus more on learning, I found in actually trying to get just a good grade that you do better. You have better grades, and if you actually just try to learn and enjoy what you're doing. So.
Now that's sage advice coming from the valedictorian of the class, so thanks for sharing, all of you for sharing. Also at this time, we know that in the Harlingen School District you have options for high school. The options for high school are 2 comprehensive high schools. You have Keys Academy as well, and Early College High School. So I want to share with you, or I want you to share with the audience watching, what and why your decision to attend Early College High School, how was it made? And it allows our audience to realize that this option is a great option, because many of our students here seated today also, they have received their associate's degree prior to the graduation diploma. So anybody like to share?
I made the decision to come here on my own. My mother is very grateful that I chose here, but she would have been happy with whatever choice I made. I had always thought that I was going to go to Harlingen High, but when I heard about the Early College High School when they came to my middle school, I was like, oh, this seems like a good idea. So I just did it to better myself and get ahead in my education.
And do you have your associate's degree?
Yes, I graduated with my associate's degree in biology from TSCC.
And that graduation was 2 weeks ago?
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Outstanding. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet.
I really liked that it was a small campus, because coming from a private middle school, I wasn't used to huge classes. So when I found out about this school and I found out that it was small, that really appealed to me.
Excellent. So the size of the campus really had a lot to do with your selection.
Yes, sir, because I believe that the smaller the campus is, the more family-oriented. Like, you just, I mean, you know all of your classmates. It's so much nicer to be able to look and always see somebody you know and say, hey, like, we're all just really good friends.
You bet. Well, thanks for sharing that. That's important as well. When we consider Early College High School, they're designed for up to 100 per class. So our goal is that there's a 400 high school student population, and our comprehensive high schools, Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South, are well over 2,000. So you can see why sometimes our students, when given an opportunity to make a decision that's in their best interest. So thanks for sharing. Anybody else on Early College High School, why you selected?
I selected Early College High School because of the opportunity to attend TSDC and take so many college classes for free. I have my associates in biology now, and I have 88 hours there, so all that was paid for by, well, I guess tax dollars. And so none of it was paid by me, and that's a great opportunity for everybody to just go somewhere where they can get 2 years of free college, because college is expensive.
Bobby, continue with that, because you said your associate's degree in biology. So what does that do for you in the future? What do you plan to do with your associate's degree in biology, and kind of give us a chronology of where you're going to go with that?
Well, I'm going to UTSA, the University of Texas at San Antonio. I've been accepted into a program there called Facilitated Acceptance to Medical Education, FAME. It's a 7-year program that when I'm finished, I'll have a Bachelor's of Science and my medical degree. So I'll be a physician when I'm finished there.
So your undergraduate, just to make sure we're clear, your undergraduate degree can be accomplished in how many years? Your 4-year, usually takes 4 years for an undergraduate degree, but because many of these students have associate's degrees already, they can do so in how many years?
We can do it in 2 years. For me, though, it will be 3 years, because in my program, I'm just going at the program pace.
Right.
So.
Outstanding. Anybody else like to share?
I'm hoping, I also have my associates in biology, and I'm so glad that my school counselor pushed me to take the classes for that, because I decided last year that I really wanted to study veterinary medicine, and so the associate's degree in biology, it really goes along, all those classes go along with the classes you need for prereqs for vet school. So I was really excited when she pushed me to do that.
So you'll also be attending University of Texas at San Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm hoping to attend there for the first year to get some of my prereqs out of the way and be a little bit closer to home, and then transfer to A&M and hopefully get into the vet school over there.
Gig 'em. Outstanding, yes. Now that you've completed 4 years of high school, if you could, would you do anything different? And that's a question that a lot of times students ask themselves. So students that are about to enter high school, pay attention.
I feel that if I could go back, I would just improve my study habits a little more because although I'm satisfied with my high school career, I think I could have improved a little more with studying and organization. I learned that a little late, so that's what I would improve on.
That's great advice. So study skills and organization, those are things that I struggle with even now. So thanks for highlighting that and making that be a focus. So great job there.
I feel that if I could do anything different, it would probably be not to be so shy, because coming into the school, even though it was small, I was still very quiet, and I think that if I had opened up a little bit more, that there would have been more opportunities for me earlier in my high school career.
Right. Well, thanks.
I think I would have kind of relaxed a little bit more because I came into this going, okay, I am a high school freshman in college courses, and I just put my nose to the books. I didn't give myself time to relax, and I think if I could go back, I would give myself a little bit more time to relax because it does take a lot of work, but you also have to remember to take time out just to take care of yourself and make sure that you're doing okay because you have to keep that pace for 4 years. You can't go into your freshman year and just do it, and then by the time your senior year comes around, you are so exhausted that you just can't do it anymore.
So it's like a marathon, so you got to pace yourself. You can't sprint like Shane Strubart,
Right.
Our communication director. He sprints everywhere. By the 5 o'clock, he's a little bit tired. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that.
I think one thing I would change throughout my high school career is I probably join more extracurricular activities because I spent a lot of my time studying instead of actually being involved with the school. And that's probably what I would change.
Okay. Great advice. So spending more time, study will still be there, books will still be there, spend more time extracurricular. Good advice. Many of you have discussed where you've been to school or what elementary school, what middle school you attended, homeschool as well. And so here's an opportunity to think about all the teachers in your past or present that have had an impact on your life. But I want you to discuss with us and share with us one teacher who's had the most impact, one teacher who's had the most impact for your success in the classroom.
The person who influenced me the most she wasn't a teacher, she is the high school counselor here, because not only does she really care about the students and she takes time to look at their schedules and see what works for them, but if you're having a bad day, you can just go and talk to her and she'll just listen to you and give you advice. So it's good to know that we have somebody who cares about us academically and personally as well.
Thanks for sharing. And I believe that's Ms. Chamberlain, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You can say their name. Since it's a positive, you can say their name. So, Ms. Chamberlain, great job.
I had a gym coach in elementary school. His name was Mr. Hageman, and he'd always tell me pain is weakness leaving the body while he'd make me do push-ups. And he was a great teacher, but he always taught us. He gave us a work ethic. He always told us to work hard and give 100%. And I just pretty much kept that up. I tried to keep that up all through my educational career thus far. So
I'm not going to make you do push-ups because you've already done well, and that work ethic I can tell is really outstanding. So keep that up, Bobby.
I have two people that have really influenced me. They are the principal and the counselor here, Ms. Paxton and Ms. Chamberlain, because I was in a bind this past year. I had to take some extra courses that I wouldn't I wouldn't be allowed to regularly. And they vouched for me and they helped me get those courses. And now I graduated with my associate's degree. So to them, I'm very thankful.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing. What was your most memorable moment as a student?
For me, it was when I was in middle school participating in the Christmas plays that were put on by Dr. Liebert. And they were so much fun, and you really got to, you made really good friends throughout that process because you were with each other practicing so much. But it really let me see like how much you really do need everybody else, because you can't just do a play by yourself. I mean, it shows how much teamwork really is important.
Thanks for highlighting teamwork. Excellent.
We had a Cinco de Mayo festival a couple weeks prior to right now, and I participated in the dance that we had to do, and I enjoyed working a lot with my classmates, and I understood how my Hispanic heritage has influenced me, and I'm just grateful that I had that experience.
If you could give advice to incoming freshmen, what would that be? Any advice for ninth graders coming into the system, whether it be early college high school or a traditional high school? What advice would you give that ninth grader?
Find a study habit that works and stick with it and keep up with it, because you're going to really need it like as you move on, as you progress through the years.
Yes.
Don't be shy. Just when you come into high school, don't be shy. I mean, everybody's scared. Don't think that you're the only one. Go in there confident in yourself, and don't be scared to talk to people and make new friends. Nobody bites.
Yes.
I've been doing this a lot because my sister is actually coming in as an early college freshman this coming year. And I've just been telling her, just make it count, because you only have 4 years, which seems like a really long time. But as soon as you start working, it's not that long. So just make good friends and study and just make it count.
What are the lessons that you've learned while in high school, and how will you apply them when you go to college? So the lessons you've learned in high school, how will you apply them in college? And I know some of you have stated what college you'll be attending, but let's make sure that we state what college you'll be attending so that everybody knows and sees that, in fact, they can too attend one day if they take school seriously and establish those study habits that you discussed.
Like I said, I'm going to the University of Texas Pan American. The lessons I've learned here is that you're just going to go through trials and tribulations all through your life. Don't take it like it's the end of the world. Just pick yourself up and keep going. You just have to move forward.
And what will you be majoring in at UTPA?
I'm going to continue on biology to eventually become a researcher to find a cure for various diseases, hopefully cancer.
Excellent. Thank you.
I will be attending the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I really think that coming here I learned the power of patience, just because nothing happens really fast. I mean, studying and all that, you can't just like go into these courses and decide like, oh, I'm just going to study and it's going to be easy. No, you need to have patience and give yourself some time to soak in all the information, and yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be attending the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, and I've learned about teamwork because we've had to do a lot of group-based projects, and also just it's inevitable. You're going to forget to write something down. You're going to forget when something's due, and you have to be able to rely on the people that you're with, like the kids in your class, and you have to be able to call them up and say, hey, what was this? And you just have to learn to rely on people and trust people.
I think that adding on to what Evelyn said, you also have to make yourself reliable too. You need to make sure that people know they can count on you too, because when you're reliable, people will also be reliable for you.
I'll be attending the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I'll be majoring in biology. One of the lessons that I've learned is to choose your friends wisely. In every relationship, every friendship you have with someone, they are going to be influencing you, and you are going to be influencing them. And they're either going to be encouraging you or discouraging you. in pretty much everything that you do. Some friends encourage you to do well in school, and some friends encourage you to focus more on other things that aren't necessarily as important, or maybe things that are more important. If you want to have success in school, you have to choose the people you're going to be hanging around wisely, because they can prove detrimental to your success.
Excellent. What are your future plans, and where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Well, like I said, I would like to pursue a career in veterinary medicine, so I'm hoping to go to vet school and start working in a vet office, and eventually, hopefully, have my own practice.
And where will your practice be in 10 years? Because you
I
will
would-
have a practice. Where will it be? That's the
I would
question.
really like to stay in Texas. I love Texas. I'm a Texas girl. But I really like the areas outside of San Antonio, because I'd like to specialize in larger animals, your horses, your cattle. And the areas around San Antonio, they're very rural, and there's a lot of clients.
That's right.
10 years down the line, I see myself becoming in a lab, like doing research on various diseases and stuff, and just really excited to get out there and get my education, like, not over with, but out of the way, so I can get onto that. And if that doesn't work out, I'll just become an actress.
Great backup plan. Great backup plan.
I plan to double major in psychology and biology so that I can later go to grad school to become an occupational therapist. And I hope one day to own a pediatrics occupational therapy center somewhere in Texas.
I'm pursuing a career in medicine, and in 10 years, I see myself as a family physician here in the Valley, working in a practice, not wanting to start my own.
Yes. Excellent.
In 10 years, I see myself with a bachelor and master's degree in business management, and hopefully running my own business that I made by myself.
I will be attending Texas A&M University, and since I major in accounting, I'm hopefully going to be working in one of the big four companies or in a major company, and not just sitting at a desk, but I'm hoping to get a job that will let me travel, maybe to Switzerland once in a while.
Wow. Outstanding. Outstanding.
I plan on attending the University of North Texas in Denton and getting my master's degree in library science and become a librarian.
And will you come back to Harlingen School District?
I think so.
All right, we'll hire you. We'll make sure we'll hire you. So you already have a job. You just now have to finish, right? So you've got a goal. Actually, all of you have wonderful career aspirations, and it's exciting to see that the future is in great hands. And I think that's what's important when we talk to our youth and listen to them and actually listen to them. We'll see that we are, this generation will accomplish great things. At this time, who would you like to acknowledge? Was there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge that you've thought of as we complete today's discussion? Anybody you'd just like to acknowledge, a friend or someone who's helped you along the way?
I would like to acknowledge my mother, Edna Cortez. She's really been my rock this entire time. She's my solid foundation. She's instilled my religion in me, and I have a lot of faith in my religion and her, and I'm just so thankful for her and all the early college staff.
I have an amazing best friend. Her name is Bianca Quintanilla. She's actually the valedictorian for South, and she's so much fun, but she was someone that I could go to whenever I needed somebody to talk to. If I was having a bad day, if I was going through something rough, I knew that I could go to her, and she'd be there to listen and give me advice. And she also helped me with strengthening my faith in Christ and my relationship with him, because she's she's just so down to earth. She's so easy to talk to, and I don't know how I would have gotten through high school without her.
Well, thanks for acknowledging.
I'd like to thank not my family and everyone here at ECHS, but all the staff at Coakley Middle School, because they've been really cheering me on here since I've gotten so far. So, thanks.
Coakley Middle School. So did you think that Coakley Middle School to here would go that fast?
I was hoping for it to go fast, so yeah.
There you go. Outstanding.
I want to thank just everyone that has helped me with anything. I mean, the people at my church have helped me have a great relationship with Christ, and my family for just encouraging me and letting me know where my goal, like helping me set my goals and then helping me to achieve those and then say, okay, well, why don't you try for just a little bit more? And all my friends and everyone who's just helped me throughout my entire life.
I'd like to thank my family, not just my immediate family, but my church family for cheering me on throughout my high school career, and especially my youth pastor, Ryan Brewer, for teaching me and guiding me, and also inserting some humor into my life when I need it. And he's really helped me decide what's important in my life, and so, well, which is my faith in Jesus.
Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Anybody else to acknowledge before we wind it down?
I'd like to acknowledge my mom. She used to be in the military, and when she was gone in Iraq, she taught me how to have endurance and to overcome any obstacle that I have in my life.
Thanks. And you can thank her for serving our country as well. I want to thank you again for the time, and I hope that you had fun. I know that I learned a lot from you, but more importantly, the audience will have learned a lot from you, because our future is in very good hands. So I'm going to leave you with a book, and the book is Multipliers, How the Best Leaders Make Everyone Smarter by Liz Wiseman. So the importance of the book is basically that as you move forward, it's continue to multiply the good things that you can do and not diminish as we move forward into this wonderful future. So thank you so much for today. Thank you for what you will do